you can make it hard by doing something on one E and But if you structure the beat like he does, sometimes the hardest accent is actually on an eighth note, on an and. Because it's that one's really hard. Four, 1, 2, 4, and. There's an accent on 4 and, which is very difficult.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things. These are like grooves I don't really construct in the first place. It's like really just, shit like that happens just on jams or something, and you think like, you kind of, mess around a bit and you think, hey, wait a minute, this is kind of groovy and cool, and then I figure out, what am I playing there actually? And then I'm writing stuff on top of it. So that was what happened here. And so, of course, composition-wise, you gotta be careful then to not ruin, the entire, factor of the groove and the busyness, that already happens there in the ghost notes. That's why I kind of, chose, the bass kind of, go more like with the kick drum, and actually that one is it's actually kick drum and 2 snare drum hits actually with your accent, and Guthrie does just a wide spread, over it. Except for the mid-section then, which has...
Guthrie's in 7, and I'm in 6, and I don't even know what you're doing. Because you're turning some accents around. What are you doing in that section?
I think the first one is, I play 4, you play 6, and Guthrie plays 7 at the same time. And I'm sure you really didn't notice that at the first time of listening, because I really don't try to make it that obvious. I don't want to make kind of a puzzle or kind of a riddle for you guys, just to be like, oh wow, let's figure out what they're doing. It's really just in service of the composition. That's how I always compose. I hate math compositions. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. Everything that sounds constructed, I really don't like. But I like playing with these things, and if they happen somehow naturally and they sound good, then they're valid, But,
maybe just we'll have Guthrie and I play without you.
Yes.
Because this is the obvious part. You're the unobvious part. So Guthrie's in 7, going da 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 da.
Yeah, this is my whole part. Do we count in 4?
Oh, you mean always count.
Hang on, you mean that part?
I'm talking about, yeah.
Oh,
in other words, yeah, when I'm playing the big long 6s.
Right.
Or whatever it is,
Right, that one actually I swapped from a 3 into actually a certain kick drum pattern, which is, I think, I say pretty much in 3, I think, over you guys, or I switch to 4 at a certain point, but it starts with a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then it goes into 4.
Oh, so halfway through you switch.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're doing up here.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Let's see. This is just Guthrie and I. We'll count it off in 4. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and my part is even. I have 4 6s, 8 6s. His part, he has to actually play a half of his bit and then cut out early in order for us to end up at the same time. So now that you've heard the two of us do it together, now we'll play it at full volume and with Marco's beat in there as well.
Yeah, let's play it with the 4 over on top of it. So I play, start with the 4 groove over there. Or should we do the whole thing?
Do the whole thing,
okay, let's do it. So 3, 1, 2, 3, We're wrong part, aren't we? No, it's good. I'll join you there. Yeah, no, you were right. I fucked up. Yeah, I was in the wrong part. It's always the most fun thing, because fucking up in the song that you wrote,
Now, just play the groove that you were playing by yourself there, that part.
Yeah, this one actually I kind of messed around a bit, I accented a few things. I did actually...
What time are you counting in your head?
That is actually, that was, see I'm kind of improvising now, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think I played a 6 there, didn't I? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a 6 now.
And it doesn't. So he's playing with me, but it totally doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. Let's play a 4 over that now. Let's see.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I think I messed it up. Do it again. 2, 3. The major chord of happiness, because we played it right. Anyway, we actually don't do too much of this kind of Kim Crimson-esque kind of metric stacking thing, but it's kind of a fun moment where we get to do it, and hopefully we don't screw it up when we play a lot. Okay, let's take some more questions now. Right there with the glasses.
Thank you. So this question is for you three people. Thank you for answering our question here. So what can you tell us about groove? Is that mysticism, or is that anything that we just feel, or we can have it?
That's all we got. I don't know about you guys, but I learned my time in groove by playing along with Led Zeppelin records. Because John Bonham is the best groovy drummer in rock history. So I figured, I'll play with this guy.
Yeah. Not with me.
Marco.
We're not friends anymore. No, I was kidding. No, but I have to say the same thing. Actually, when I like growing up listening to music, I really picked Led Zeppelin as well because for some reason they sounded the best by the time. They had this most solid groove, and just the ideas were just unbelievable, right? I mean, it's just...
He came up with so much... I mean, you don't even realize listening to today's drummers just
absolutely
how it all started with him.
Yeah. Know? Just like, even like in the alt meter kind of section right there.
That has got to be the hardest grooving 9/8 groove in the history of music. It's just, there's never been a 9 that grooved that hard.
Yeah, it's great. So that's actually really cool stuff, yeah.
What can I add? I think everyone understands what groove is, and if you're a musician, sometimes your musician gets in the way, and you start quantifying things in terms of, is that correct? Was that note on the beat? Was it the right note? I think there are lots of people out there who don't play instruments, but when they turn on the radio, they can tell whether something has a good groove or not. I think it's in us biologically, and all you have to do is not forget to be aware of it, not to forget to care about the groove. And if you just listen to yourself as analytically as possible and say, is there any way I could be more funky or more tight or just more at one with what everyone else in the band is doing? Mostly just listen to lots of music, because that's where the mysticism is. Like, if you spend all of your life with the metronome is facts, but there's nothing going on between the facts. It's not telling you to play slightly behind the beat. It's not telling you how long an arpeggiated chord should take, and all the little details. So I think it's possible just to play 2 chords and sound amazing, or play 2 chords and sound average. So long as you care, I think the rest should come. I guess. I'm not convincing the people. I'll go over here.
we got about 20, 25 minutes left. You guys want us to answer questions and talk, or do you want us to play more music, or a mix? A mix. Okay, we'll answer 3 more questions, and then we'll get back to music.
Got the front guy with the camera, I just saw.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, super.
Okay, good day. I heard one of my favorite chromatics song. Maybe it's Mexican Hot. Mexican Hot. Oh yeah. Super.
Never heard of it.
Ja, super. Und von Marco. Entschuldigung. Sorry. Marco, ich habe eine Frage. Warum hast du 2 Snare?
Okay. The question was, why do I have 2 snare drums?
Ja.
It's just, basically because of the sound difference. It's like for certain parts, this one is tuned a little higher, it has more crack. It's like you can tell like so. But the real reason is I can do stuff like this, and it looks kind of cool. Check this out.
Okay, this guy was quick on the draw here.
Hi. I have just a couple of questions. The first one is for the group in general. Obviously, or at least I suppose you have very big jazzistic influences. So I want to know...
Did you say jazzistic?
Yeah.
Jazz, right.
Jazz influence. What kind of jazz influences do you have, and how that kind of musicians have influenced in your style and in your compositions in general?
Well, I can go first because there are very few. I really don't listen to a lot of straight ahead jazz. I listen to some fusion, mostly through Jaco Pastorius and Chick Corea, but mostly through John Scofield. I'm a big John Scofield fan, and I'm a big fan of guitar, so, I like writing for guitar, so any jazz stuff that he kind of crept into his more groove records, that seeped into me. But really, just enough to make it not rock completely, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm more, actually, to be very honest, well, it appears that if you're here with a trio that plays instrumental, as soon as you play instrumental music, you automatically get categorized in the jazz field a little bit.
No, not that exactly, but I thought that.
Well, okay, the only jazz thing I listen to, man, more like, the Miles Davis kind of thing, and actually the later Miles Davis phase, Man with the Horn and stuff like that, when they, when they were kind of going for like the funky jazz kind of thing almost. Or like, really kind of this evil straight ahead thing, that kind of was almost hypnotic, I loved it. Other than that, my influences were more Frank Zappa. Queen is my favorite band, for example, So, but yeah, I love doing it.
Sorry.
So yeah, but no, it's great to play it. Like Stuart Copeland, a buddy of mine who's a drummer from the Police, he said once this kind of thing. He says, "Yeah, jazz is like music that is more fun playing than listening to." Just repeating that.
I think Guthrie's probably played more actual jazz than the two of us probably have.
Could well be, but
Yeah.
I don't profess to be a proper jazz person. I'm not even sure if I like proper jazz people. Sometimes there's this weird attitude that their music is better than your music, and I'm not buying that. But as a guitar player, years and years ago, I was always fascinated by chords that sounded cool. That's one of the things you should learn about guitar, all these cool chords. The thing that got me into jazz was probably hearing Joe Pass. play chords like that. It was like, what is that for? Elvis didn't do that. But just hearing it in